All right. We got Inside Star Citizen for March 27, 2025, titled Align and Mine. Let's go ahead and get this going.
The last 4 months have been unlike any in Star Citizen's history, with each one bringing a new patch full of dynamic content, needed bug fixes, and long-awaited quality of life improvement.
Let's not overlook the fact that Jared has the dad stash on. Not sure how to feel about that right now.
From December's 4.0, which finally brought our second star system to life, to picking a side in the ongoing fight for Pyro in January's 401, then building up the war chest for the continuing battle against the Frontier Fighters in February's 402 supplier die event, it's been one nonstop adventure in Pyro. But all of that changes.
Nonstop adventure in bugs. Sometimes not bad playability. And questionable stability. Let's not overlook it.
When the story shifts back to the Stanton system in Alpha 4.1, with the introduction of new threats, new friends, and new opportunities for action, adventure, and acquisition.
At 4.1, we're actually going to be introducing what we've been calling internally as sort of our B story. In a nutshell, the regen technology, which to this point has basically been allowing people to die and get regen back, the technology begins to fail.
And that's being referred to as the regen crisis.
So it's throwing the Empire into a bit of chaos and confusion because this technology that everybody thought was basically going to conquer death is not as effective as promised.
Now for the player, nothing changes. You can just go about your business and it's business as usual. But for the populace, it's an issue.
So at this point, the Imperator is basically going to start lobbying the Senate to start loosening scientific restrictions on research. One company, Rayari, has put the call out to the population to try to find these sort of very rare minerals to basically bring to their outpost to help fuel their research to help resolve the crisis.
Okay.
And the way you get those brand new materials is the Align and Mine sandbox activity.
Hi, Elliot. I'm intrigued. Just a massive battle. Ooh, Valkyrie.
So Align and Mine starts with these new facilities that are placed across two planets, Daymar and Aberdeen. These are Hathor-owned locations.
Hathor
is a bankrupt company. They're in lore, Hathor is a bankrupt company. Quite some time before the timeline of Star Citizen. Last I knew. Okay.
sort of an older company. Basically, they were kind of a mining consortium. But as the years were going on, they were doing worse and worse and worse. And so the idea was that Stanton was relatively recently discovered, and the facilities that Hathor built here were basically their last gasp.
Pretty run down.
The purpose of these facilities was so Hathor could communicate and align with the orbital platform above them.
They went all in on building these facilities in the hopes that it would yield enough minables and minerals that it would keep the company alive. Sadly, they were sort of mistaken, and the company folded.
Okay.
And now that there's a renewed interest in the minerals that they used to mine there, people are going there and trying to get the facilities up and running again.
At each of these Hathor locations, there's an alignment dish. And the players have to go around and try to find out how to align the dish towards the satellite.
Valkyrie.
So while these mining facilities have been abandoned, they are by no means vacant.
While you're at the PAFs, you will be contending with Ninetails. Ninetails are just kind of the scavengers, the bad guys. They go everywhere, they just want loot, they want to get rich.
They're just here to basically strip and clean what's left of these defunct stations.
Maybe set up a camp or two and hold it as a sort of strategical point.
It's essential that the players search the area as much as they can. I can't stress that enough.
Once you've managed to find all three facilities and align them with the orbital platform, You need to collect the power banks that they've left behind on the surface.
Now with the PAFs all activated, it's time to get in your ship and head up to the orbital laser platform. Be careful, because there might be some certain nine-tailed lieutenants kind of roaming around.
In all the play that I've seen from Zero, Mike, I think Logan a little bit too. From all the play that I've seen, I don't remember seeing any enemy NPC ships. In fact, I'm fairly certain I haven't seen any enemy NPC ships. But if you notice, loot on enemy NPCs have changed a little bit. Got some pillboxes. So hopefully the loot's there and good. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing any enemy NPC ships flying around doing anything.
It'll be pretty tough to get in there and to get it going.
The power banks that you would have obtained at the platform alignment facilities need to be inserted into their slots at the orbital laser platform. Players can head inside, fighting through, again, more nine-tails while they try to get to this terminal in the middle. That will charge the laser, and players should see a really cool effect in their environment to signify that this laser is ready to be fired.
So once you've armed the laser and it begins its sort of initiation sequence, you then have to go back down to the surface. Near where the impact is going to be, you'll be able to see this because it will be a crater. There will be a bunker nearby. This bunker is where you will do the final stage, which is firing the laser.
Why are you making people go back down to the surface?
Well,
Why not?
I mean, down on the surface is where the loot is. Like, that's where the treasure is. That's where you're gonna actually get the resources that you came to mine.
Keycard accepted.
It's so much better when you're down on the ground, you hit the button, you see this laser just pull, and there's all this shit going everywhere, and you're like, oh my God. It's an impactful moment. And there's...
Until it starts to align, and when it fires and it crashes the entire server like it's done the last 2 days for a streamer. Have we fixed that yet? Has that been fixed yet?
that emotion of awe we want to inspire, and when we was testing it, the emotion is better captured when you're boots on the ground.
This sounds really chaotic.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on the worms yet.
There's a reason why Hathor abandoned these facilities. There's some local fauna that's not too happy when the ground gets disturbed.
So make sure you're prepared.
So we've been working on the Valakar for a while now, and we're really excited to finish off that boss fight and bring it to everybody as soon as possible. But in the process of developing it, we've also...
It's not a boss fight. It's not a boss fight.
Also got some smaller Valakar.
Valakar are a tremendously invasive species. Basically, once they kind of get into an area, they kind of propagate rather quickly and can become a very dangerous presence.
Fighting a juvenile is fairly similar to the adults on a much smaller scale.
Because they come up from the ground submerged, they can surprise the player in the way that they come up behind them or can attack them from areas where they don't expect.
The Valakar will also fight the other Ninetales at the location if you've managed to find a way to let them be in each other's presence.
So it's going to be you against other players, against other Ninetales, against other worms?
Yeah, real Mexican standoff. So when the lasers finish firing, it will have mined into the surface of this planet, which will reveal a cave network.
Inside this cave are 3 new mineable types. It's a fight for whoever can get the goods out of that cave as fast as possible and as safely as possible. We are in Stanton, so if you're gonna fight some other players, beware of crime stats.
Then you get to choose, do you want some interesting random loot from the collector, or do you want to just get credits?
Let's help the human race. Let's help the human race.
Yeah. Help the human race and make some bank.
While this is happening, the Ant system actually has an exciting new resident. We've introduced our first Banu. His name is Wicklow.
His first alien.
Wicklow is also offering a counter mission to the minerals that Rayari is looking for. So if you don't want to sell them off to Rayari to help with the regen crisis, Wicklow is offering some sweet, tasty items in exchange for the same materials.
Here you go. Bring chip in.
Wicklow recently retired, Banu equivalent of retirement, from a fabrication Suli in the Banu Protectorate. He loves people, he loves humans, so he decided to move to human space and set up sort of a fabrication shop / trading site location for players to go visit, and basically he can kind of make you some cool stuff if you bring him what he needs. One of the things with the Banu was they always try to be the least threatening thing in the room. I always equate them to sort of the golden retriever of our aliens. So they're everybody's friend until they're not.
When is a golden retriever not your friend?
Wicklow's Emporium, there are 3 of them in different areas of Stanton. You'll be able to find these on your star map. This is where Wicklow is set up shop. The unique thing about Wicklow is he'll never pay you any money because he's got a load of shit in his warehouse that he'd rather give in different areas of Stanton.
What he needs. One of the things with the Banu was they always try to be the least threatening thing in the room. I always equate them to sort of the golden retriever of our aliens. So they're everybody's friend until they're not.
Wicklow's Emporium, there are 3 of them in different areas of Stanton. You'll be able to find these on your star map.
I didn't know there were going to be 3 different places. I don't remember reading there's going to be 3 of them. I remember there's obviously one, only one I was aware of. Huh.
This is where Wicklow is set up shop. The unique thing about Wicklow is he'll never pay you any money because he's got a load of shit in his warehouse that he'd rather give you instead.
The collector offers everything from armor pieces to skins to weapons.
Really pretty, yes. Solid build, but also fun to make.
And other cool little surprises.
Even spaceships.
Even spaceships, big ones. I'm incredibly excited. It is quite a defining moment for a space game to finally get an alien. And the best thing about Wicklow is, as we keep moving and building out this universe, his presence will stay. You will keep needing to interact with him. He'll keep needing random things from you. So you better make good friends with him.
Old. So at some point in time, how much you want to bet our next subscriber gear will be this coat, or at the very least, this will be on the website to be able to be purchased? Because they don't show things like this without intent. They don't show this at all without some sort of intent. So either there's going to be a Wicklow gear package on the pledge store, or it'll be a subscriber gift at some point in time.
So you better make good friends with him.
4.1, we're finally able to deliver some content that we've been working on for a while.
I think that the experience of the whole thing is really cool, and I think that it's a really, really big step forward for us on the mission design team, making content for the future, that we are able to create events that use mission logic but don't require missions.
it's fun to be able to kind of like explore a little bit and not just have everything kind of spoon-fed to you. And it also mixes a little bit of everything, right? We have the FPS and we have a little bit of ship combat up by the orbital platform, and of course even creature fighting. So it's got a nice spectrum of things that you can do.
I like the fact that we're building more of the story out of what this world is, how the universe is created, how these companies have operated in it, and giving you more fun sandbox things to do that require you to be the explorer that you want to be in a space game.
And with 4 patches in as many months, the introduction of a new ongoing persistent sandbox with Align in mind, the arrival...
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear, is that these locations are going to stay. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be interactable. They're always going to be available to do at any given time, continuously. More events might take place there later on. That's fine. Obviously, that's fine. But I'm happy to hear that the locations are not just here for a, FOMO reasons, and then they go away. I'm happy they're going to be here. Happy to hear that.
Of our persistent universe's first non-human character, a new system for acquiring rewards, brand new mining vehicles, and the beginning of a second ongoing narrative that's threatening the lives of NPCs everywhere.
So that's the B
and
story.
No, I've seen the post. It's not Death of a Spaceman, not yet, or not soon. We're playing a really long game here. It's an exciting time for Star Citizen, and one that we're all super excited to share with you. So for Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. As always, thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you, and we'll be right back here in just a few weeks with even more looks at the future of our persistent universe.
Space Dad, Jared Huckabee. So yeah. Oh. Now, I would never wear this, but the lighting on this armor is actually kind of cool. Wait. What's this? Oh, is it the rock rebuild? It is. Oh. As soon as my brain finally clicked that there's something there. Hold on. As soon as my brain clicked that there was something right here. So they're keeping the Rock DS, but they're introducing the Rock TS, which is triple seat or 3-seat. I'm guessing triple. I'm pretty sure the DS stands for dual seat. Rock TS. Okay. This is going to make some of the miners happy, and that's okay. That is okay. So that's coming April 1st. So are we thinking? I'm assuming we're thinking if this is coming April 1st, is that a Wednesday? Tuesday. So how much we thinking the patch is coming on Tuesday? Not coming April 1st. Uh-huh. I guess I just let it play and do that. Okay. So not coming April 1st. So the patch is not coming on April Fool's Day. Is the patch coming today? Who knows? Could be coming tomorrow. But they're not doing a PTU patch today. And that was from the message of the day. Anyways, the Line or Mine 4.1. So it doesn't seem like it's an event. Well, they haven't released any real information about the Line and Mine of what any of the prizes are going to be or anything like that. If it is but this is the B story, so this is supposed to go on for a while. So the Line and Mine event isn't just an April event, it's an ongoing event. They said before till October, I think, is when the B story is supposed to end in October, is what they're hoping, is what they initially said. Anyways, we got a new ground mining vehicle. Rock TS, not coming April 1st, apparently. But it's a triple seat, as opposed to the DS is a dual seat. But these are just holders in place, whatever you want to call the locking mechanism there. So it's no interior. Interesting. All right. Well, that is Inside Star Citizen for the end of March. We'll see what happens. Like I said earlier, message of the day. Message of the day says they're not releasing a PTU patch, but they haven't said if they're doing live or not. So maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe it won't come till next week. Who knows? Thanks, everyone. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Okay, bye.